Coming up on Design Science, did you know you can make a room look considerably larger just by hanging your curtains a few inches higher? Most people think interior design is all about picking out pretty things. Well, I have a little secret for you. At the heart of every fabulous home design is science. I'm Julie Couch, and I'm here to help you take out the guesswork using tried and true formulas. Together, we'll explore the theories that lead to guaranteed gorgeous interiors. This is Design Science. To rug or not to rug? And how many throws do you really need? When it comes to textiles and rugs, it can get overwhelming, but I'm here to break it all down. Much like color, textures and textiles transform a space and give it flavor. The height of a curtain can trick the eye from thinking a smaller space is much larger, and a rug's shape and size can shrink a room or enlarge it. Design incorporates all 5 senses when it's at its best. When it comes to adding textiles, I make sure to always follow these rules. Vintage rugs are a great way to warm up a new build and give it some edge. A larger rug can make even a smaller room feel expansive, whereas a small rug will quickly shrink a space. A bit of extra fabric can create a longer drapery, and hanging it just below the ceiling will make the room look much, much larger. Finally, don't be afraid to mix textiles. In the design community, layering is a secret weapon that can make any space go from drab to fabulous. This library is a perfect example of how to layer textiles. I know many clients come to me and they say, I want a new house that feels old. So when we were outfitting this library, these are all custom shelves because she is a reader and we wanted to really showcase that for her and also have a seating area that's really comfy. But we wanted it to feel like it had a little age. It felt like a classic library. So the quickest, easiest way after you layer your textiles underfoot is to have a vintage or an antique rug. And oftentimes people shy away from these because they tend to be darker, jewel tones. But if you can find something that's more of a soft neutral, this one has tons of blue and that's kind of the color we wanted to highlight. It's really a great way to seamlessly blend something old with something new. Another really simple way to add instant age to a space, like we did in this library, is to add warm metal finishes. So in this particular room, we used antique brass. We mixed it in with some other finishes, but we wanted to make sure it was something that seemed timeless and had some age to it. You can always think about an aged iron or a brass or even an unlacquered brass. It's going to be more traditional, it's going to be warmer, it's going to have instant age. But when you think about something like a chrome or a nickel, it's going to be much more modern, much cooler, and feel much newer. The easiest way to add interest in a space visually is to use tons of texture. You can see in this space it is primarily neutral, which could get a little boring if you weren't really mindful of what you were going to add and what you were going to layer. So in this space we used linen on the sofas, so still very casual and young, but then on these chairs we use this really soft chenille. So it feels really good to the touch. It's a little bit dressier than the linen, and it gives you a great variety. So we can keep things light and bright and white, but it's still interesting. When layering monochromatics, using various textures in the same tone is a great way to add depth. Then what we did for a little bit of glam is we added velvet, and there's nothing more beautiful or more luxurious than velvet. When it comes to using throw pillows and styling a sofa, a very simple formula I like to use is 2+1. You have 2 pillows that match, that are a pair, and then one that offsets. And then this great pattern on the ottoman, which just adds one more texture, something a little more fun. So we have all these beautiful, comfy, neutral pieces, but I really wanted there to be kind of a grounding element. So what could be better than a wooden table? This is kind of a washed walnut, and it really gives us a natural feel, feels a little bit more casual, feels very approachable, and it's on this rug that has tons of texture. It's still neutral, but it has a geometric feel, it has a lot of pattern. And then of course we added a very textured basket. Makes it feel very inviting, it makes it feel very natural. And this room really makes you just want to come in and lounge and get comfy. This area is actually a landing. It would otherwise be a pass-through, but we really wanted it to feel more like its own living space. And the story of this room is all texture and fabric and layers. And I love that it achieves kind of like a light, bright space. This floor is very, very dark, this wood floor. So by using this large rug, we've really extended the feel of this room. When you utilize a large rug and leave a 6 to 12 inch perimeter around the space, it really opens up and defines the room. It's a sisal rug, which is a great neutral to use anywhere, even to layer, but instead of layering a rug on this one, I actually had this ottoman covered in an old rug, in an antique rug. And I love that it has tons of wear, it's very imperfect, has a little bit of pattern, but not too much color, because I really wanted the feel of this room to be much more subtle. We have a huge piece of furniture that's all toy storage, game storage, super convenient. It's in between the kids' rooms. I have these great mid-century chairs that I absolutely love. Big painting by Jennifer Gibbs that adds this kind of modern aspect to these more old traditional pieces. And in deciding to make this its own space, I decided I would just go all in on this window treatment. So I did an oversized valance that actually hides all the traversing hardware. And then I used a linen, which is a great other natural texture. But a little unexpected touch is this tape trim that's actually a studded metallic. So not something you would typically use in an upstairs landing, but I think it's a great mix. By taking the drapery to just below the ceiling, it also creates more space, and the decorative trim creates a picture frame. You can do this with any type of treatment, not necessarily just studs. You'll never look at a rug or a curtain the same way again. The greatest thing about textiles, it really allows for your self-expression to shine through. Thank you for watching. See you next time.